Welcome back to my channel! After, I don't know, like a 300 billion year hiatus. Today's gonna be a long one, so if you wanna grab some tea, coffee, tequila. So, I know you guys are like, Nick, where the heck have you been? But I have a good explanation. Kind of. Life. But really though, there's a lot of stuff that's happened since my last video, so let me tell you about everything that's been happening since the last time I made a video, which was forever ago. At the time, I was working for a social media marketing company located in the Los Angeles area. I was having a great time. It was a really great company, no diss on them. It was this like beautiful little startup, and it was a huge team of just girls, and it was a really, really great place to work. My boss was awesome, my coworkers were awesome, it was really fun. But if any of you guys are trying to move to LA, live in LA, know anything about LA, you'll know that labor is very, very underpaid in Los Angeles. It was just like a whole mess, you know, like you could be doing the work of like 3 people and they'll pay you for the work of like maybe half of a person. Wages and labor aside, that job was awesome. I was working for a social media marketing company. I really loved it. I thought, you know, this is something that I could do professionally. I'm on social media all the time. I understand the ins and outs of it. So why not turn it into a career? So my boss was really supportive of me, you know, just constantly giving me new things to do. Got a new camera, by the way, and I keep staring at the monitor. I should be staring at you guys. I'm gonna do that. My boss kept giving me more and more responsibilities, gave me more stuff to do, gave me new titles, kept giving me promotions and raises. It was really nice. Things seemed to be really going well for me professionally in that area. At the time, I was dating Tony, who you guys have met in my last video or past few videos. And he ended up moving to Arizona to pursue a PhD in applied mathematics. Sounds so cool when I say it. Just kidding, I have no idea what it means. So Tony had moved to Arizona to pursue his PhD in applied mathematics, and I decided, you know what, I got a good thing going with my workplace. I had just started that job really and had been there for maybe 3-4 months, and I didn't want to leave that soon. I wanted to kind of exhaust my options first before I made any huge commitments. And so we decided to go long distance for a while, and you know, it was tough, as all long distance relationships are. We both had to fly and drive to one another quite frequently to make things work. And I will not lie, it was like so hard. If anyone ever says long distance is easy, distance makes the heart grow fonder, it's a lie. It is a straight up lie. Yeah, it was a struggle, but we worked through it. To be honest with you, I ended up moving to Arizona. About 3-4 months into us being long distance, I was like, why am I doing this? I don't know. I just knew it was time. I knew for once that, you know, it's okay for me to put like my feelings and what my heart wants ahead of what my head thinks is right. And this sounds so stupid and generic and corny, but I really loved him and I wanted to be there and, you know, see what we could build together. So I went up to my boss one day and I was like, hey, I love you, girl, but I think I'm gonna have to leave. And she, of course, was shocked because I, at the time, was, you know, managing 2 or 3 different roles and responsibilities for her, and it would have been really hard for her to find a replacement for me. She said, no, no, no. How about this? You work remote. And I was like, wow. This is an opportunity I can't really turn down because I get this awesome job where I get to work with people that I like, but remote, and I get to be with the person I love. So I moved to Arizona, packed up all my things in my little tiny car, and I moved in with Tony. You know, things were going really great for a while. I just started feeling stuck. A lot of things that people don't tell you about working in a startup is the fact that sometimes you get stuck. There's so many things that you can do in a startup, but there's also so many limitations. For example, the lack of structure and the lack of hierarchy in how the roles and responsibilities go is really detrimental to your personal growth if you're looking for, you know, a framework of where you can go in about 2-3 years at that company. And I had been there, you know, after 6-7 months, I was like, where is this going? I keep taking on more stuff. I don't see, you know, the company building any kind of hierarchy for someone to take over my place. Are they expecting me to just stay here forever? And obviously at any workplace, I don't know, maybe it's just me personally, but I never see myself being anywhere permanently. I'm always looking for the next thing because that's growth. In any kind of thing that you do, any field, any career, you're always gonna wanna look for growth. Some people are okay being stagnant, not to diss anyone. I just think for me though, my personality, I always need to see growth. I always need to see myself do something different, more challenging. So I thought to myself, okay, I'm starting to see myself get a little stuck and, you know, buried in this one position where, you know, I'm getting raises here and there. It's not the worst job ever, but it's also not the best job. Especially for what I'm doing, the things that I'm managing. After a couple months of being remote, I talked to my boss and I was like, hey, you know, I really think that there's more to life than this for me. She's like, what are you talking about? You're doing great. You're really good at this job. And I was like, I know, I know. But I knew there was something more. For me, what it was I really missed being creative. I missed doing things for me, and I'd always wanted to work for myself. I told her that, you know what, maybe I'm just gonna take like a little bit of a hiatus, 6 months, however, a year. I need to work on a personal project. And for me, that personal project was writing books under the moniker Me the Poet. If you guys have been following me on Instagram, keeping up with me on Tumblr or anything like that, you know that I started writing like a year ago. It's been like a year since I quit my full-time job. Whew, so scary thinking about it. I started writing and I wanted to publish a book. I managed to do it. So I talked to my boyfriend, Tony, at the time, and I was just like, all right, I think I'm gonna quit my job. And he was like, sure, do it. He's always been so supportive. He doesn't really understand like careers in the arts and stuff because he's such a mathy, logical kind of guy, but he's just so understanding and so supportive, and I don't know what I would do without him, honestly. So he told me, you know what, do it. They're totally underutilizing you at work and, you know, you're not reaching your full potential. You should be doing something better with your life and your time. I worked a little bit more. I talked to my boss. I told her, you know, I'd give her all the time she needs to find a replacement before I leave and all that. And I continue to fly back every once in a while to LA to help train like the new people. Then Tony and I decided to travel to Italy and Spain for a week and a half. That was really fun. It was amazing. I do have vlog footage somewhere. I just don't know where it is. I've been looking for that memory card forever. It's probably lost in the abyss of everything in life. My life. So I went to Italy and Spain. That was amazing. And I came back and I knew I was ready. I was like, all right, this is it. Like, I was refreshed, renewed, and I had this whole lust for life that I didn't really have before because I had gotten so stuck in the rhythm of things, of working 9 to 5 and just doing the same thing over and over. And I said, this is it. I know that I made the right decision to quit. And so I finished up my time at my old workplace and I quit and I started writing. At first, I'm not gonna lie, it was the scariest thing ever. Working for yourself, especially as a creator or an author or a painter or an artist, anything like that, it is so scary because there's no one putting you under pressure except for yourself. And so if you don't put yourself under that pressure, you don't produce anything. And if you don't produce, you're really wasting the time that you have given yourself, that precious time away from the norm of like society and of work and all that kind of stuff. So for me, I had saved up quite a bit of money from working. I was really quite a spendthrift in the time that I had been working there, and I just saved up a lot of money, and I knew I wanted to be able to like support myself a little bit for at least a year in case I wanted to go back to work afterwards. I was kind of giving myself that deadline that like, all right, in a year I'm gonna produce something and maybe then I'll get it out of my system, maybe want to go back to a normal job. It just didn't ever really work out that way. I finished my first book, which was called Smoke Signals, and it's like a novella, a very short novel, but it was amazing. Learning the ins and outs of self-publishing was very hard. So let me tell you, that's gonna be another video that I wanna talk to you guys about and do for you, is just my journey with self-publishing. And as an indie author, an indie self-publisher, there's just a lot of things that go into it that I had no idea had to go into. I published my first book, Smoke Signals, it's on Amazon. The second book, I published a second book in this past year, or yeah, past year and some months. Wow, that's crazy now that I think about it. Published 2 books already. My most recent book called BOTTLENECK Dreams just released on July 4th. Oh, so crazy. It's my baby. It is seriously my baby. I want to do like a video where I do readings from the book. So maybe I'll do that too. And so now that when I think about it, I'm like, wow, I quit my job a year and some months ago, and I actually accomplished so much in that time. But when you're so wrapped up in yourself and in your work, you don't realize all the things that you've accomplished. And so I've been beating myself up so much. I've like gone through periods of intense depression and low tides where I just felt like I was useless, or I hadn't done anything, or I was like a disgrace or something. But now that I think about it, I'd actually done a lot in the past year and some months, and I'm really quite proud of myself, and I'm really excited for this next chapter in my life as a creator. So after the 2 books were created, I got married. Oh dang, I'm not wearing my really nice engagement ring right now. I'm just wearing my wedding band because I do a lot of like stuff around the house and I just don't want to bang up my engagement ring. So Tony and I got married. Oh, so crazy. We ended up planning a wedding from Arizona for LA. If anyone ever tells you that wedding planning is hard, believe them. And then if they're doing it from another state, believe them even more how hard it is. All in all, it was amazing. We had it at this vineyard called Tranfo Creek. It's near Malibu, I think. And we just had food trucks cater our food, and it was an amazing day. But it went by so incredibly fast. I just, like a blink of an eye, it was gone, it was over. And I wish I could relive it every single day if I could. So, on to the next thing. I published books, I got married, moved to Arizona. What's next for this channel? Let me talk about what I had been doing in the past. So I started this channel, I started Nick Trick, you know, kind of just like, oh, everyone's becoming an influencer, I should do it too. Yes, I definitely bought into like this herd mentality thing. At the time I was hanging out with a lot of people who were influencers in LA and content creators, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Everybody was like, oh, you're so cute, you're so like blah blah blah, you should do videos. And I was like, oh, gas me up, baby. And I was like, all right, I'll do it. But I think at the time I had bought into this notion of becoming an influencer so much that I wasn't really even producing stuff that made me happy. I kind of just went with it and created content that fit a certain aesthetic. So I was like, oh, I want to be this kawaii, like baby girl, schoolgirl. But I'm not saying it wasn't me. There were like bits and parts of the stuff that I created that was me and some of it that wasn't. I really am that high energy in real life. I am really bubbly. Just ask my husband, he gets annoyed all the time. It's really funny because we're actually like complete opposites. So if you guys want a video on that, I'll probably make a video on how different we are and how we manage to work through everything too. The thing about making videos and creating content that was really exciting to me was that I get to build like a community, and I almost felt like at the time, the whole phase that I was in, that like a lot of people were in, was creating content to suit a certain type of community instead of building a community. For me, I was a lot more about, you know, fitting this aesthetic, this, you know, this role, rather than just being myself and doing all the things I want to do and all the things I wanted to do with this channel. So moving forward, I want to let you guys know that I still want to do beauty, I still want to do a little bit of fashion here and there, but it's going to be a lot more lifestyle, a lot more talking videos like this, probably vlogs, but not that many because I'm a writer, I work from home, so my life's not that interesting.
I wake up, eat some bread, drink some tea, and I'm just clacking away at the keys all day.
So I don't have that much exciting stuff, but you know, when I'm traveling with Tony or when we do something exciting, I'll clue you guys in, do a vlog. What I really wish for this channel to become moving forward, I'm not going to delete any of my old videos, guys. Chill. You guys can go back and make fun of me as much as you want to. I really want this to become a space for creators, for friends, for a real community. You know, I really wanted to build it into a space where I could release some of my anxieties and fears and be real with you guys. At the end of the day, we're all human. We get sick, we get sad, we cry, and we have family disasters and all sorts of things. But I think that it's time for a new era of content, and especially for myself. Just saying this to keep myself accountable. I want to be more real from now on, and you know, still have fun with you guys and stuff, but not so much like care about like aesthetics and all that kind of stuff anymore, because at the end of the day, like, who cares about aesthetics? Like, what's important is that we're making this connection, right? that I'm making this connection with you. Wherever you are, whoever you are, no matter how old you are, I want to be there. And I want you to feel like I'm there, you know, which is why, you know, I did this thing today. Let's have some coffee together. I haven't had any of my tea. So I guess what you can expect from this channel is I'm gonna try to do a weekly video. Please do not hold my word to it because life gets crazy. Things have just been insane. I have a lot of work to get done, but I still wanna start this channel back up again, start this community back up again, and I wanna be there for you guys, and I wanna have a place where I can talk and discuss my thoughts and feelings and anxieties and fears and deepest anxieties and sadness, and wow, I'm spiraling. Thank you so much for listening to me rant all this garbo. If you've made it this far, you're amazing, wow. But yes, I'll try to do a video weekly. I can't tell you exactly what kind of video it's gonna be. I guess this channel is just gonna be a variety channel, so get used to it. Love you guys. See you in my next vid. See ya! We're just dancing this. What's another song that I've been really digging lately?